Alrighty. Ranting about Palud... Oh, crap, Ken. I have to think of this as well. Alright. Palutena Nair, I actually don't have that much of an issue with myself. Like, a lot of people like to meme about it, but I think it's more of a combination of factors. So, the fact that she has the Nair, but then she also has effectively Nair 2.0 in the form of up air, and other multi-hit moves, and the really long friggin'... what's that move? I'm thinking of the up smash, which reaches far. That's what I meant by long. As opposed to long in terms of distance or anything. Does she have invincibility? Surely not. As if she has invincibility on that. No, don't friggin'... What? Okay, here's... I'm going to interrupt you, Rant, with a quick thing. I'm inputting quarter circle back as this man. That's meant to do that. Why did he do it 3 times in a row to the... Anyway, back to Palutena. Oh, sorry, Soz. Might be. I didn't realize you were in the chat as well. Okay, hold on, sorry. Pausing the match just real quick. Palutena Nair SSBU. But, like, yeah, it's big and it grabs you in all the time, and then it's got a huge-ass hitbox afterwards. But... I don't know, I don't think it's that bad, because there are other characters with very similar ones. I think it's just because she has so many other tools that it gets exemplified. And so many people online will spam it, so then it kind of gets that annoying factor to it. What do you want me to rant about Bowser? What's the... I guess, like, his heavy, tough guy's annoying, but he's not that bad. I don't know, Bowser's not that bad either, because the thing is, he is a heavy, and he is combo food, and friggin', you know, like I was playing as Terry, and I was able to do forward tilt into Burn Knuckle, and get him at like 120% or so. He can't exactly kill at 0. The suicide mechanic is annoying, and I feel like... I don't know what I feel like. Because the thing is, it does kill him, and it kills him first, but it does kind of encourage what I'm going to call degenerate play when you get an advantage. Same thing does happen with Ganondorf, though, but these are characters with... Bowser less so, but these are characters with relatively glaring faults. So, something that they can use for their benefit, I'm not going to complain too much about. Like, yes, it's annoying, but to the best of my understanding, you can mash out of it. If you don't... If you've got the stock lead as the non-Bowser, you can try and pull them off stage and get them to kill themselves for free, especially if they're at a high percent. Okay, so it's not really for free. But yeah. I don't have much to really complain about Bowser, and the thing is, my rants aren't guaranteed to be negative. I can rant and rave in a good way. I don't really have anything good about Bowser, it's kind of neutral. As far as heavies go, he's pretty decent, and I think one of the more he's considered one of the more viable heavies, which is good, because I like heavies being viable, because they're interesting. I think, if anything, is the fact that so many of his moves have that sort of like invincibility on them. I say so many of his moves, I think it's literally just up smash. Where, like, if you hit it, it clangs, but then still hits you. That's a little stupid, but that's whatever. He kind of needs some decent things for him to be viable. I think if he didn't have those, he'd probably be more down where Ganondorf is. Not exactly, but he'd be further down, closer to Ganondorf at least, in the sort of like tier list. Not that there is an agreed upon tier list, oh my gosh. VTuber community. Okay, TBH, I have not actually interacted with the VTuber community or really heard people talking about them, so I don't really have an opinion. I think it's... I don't know, it's a little weird, but I don't think it's that bad. It's kind of weird when you see, like, when you see, like, an anime girl profile and then it's, like, a male voice. It's like, okay. And that's not like that, you know, you can't pick a female avatar, because friggin' my most recent Elder Scrolls playthroughs, I've been female. And there are statistical reasons for picking females in Elder Scrolls games, but that's besides the point. sometimes, you know, you just want to like looking at the character you're playing, and then that's fine. But VTubers, I'm trying to form an opinion because I haven't really had them before. It's kind of weird because it's like semi-hiding yourself behind a character. And usually it's a pre-established character, it's not one that you've created. Example, there is a streamer, I believe, I've only heard about this through like a video, what do you call that thing, where you have a discussion between two people. There's a word for this. Why am I blanking on that word? Whatever that thing is, where you, like, you know, you get in a guest and it's like, hey, I'm going to talk to this person about insert topic. One of those sort of videos where someone was saying how they started streaming and making streaming games their full-time thing in Japan. Speaking, what do you call it? Where's that coming from? So, like, learning the language, going to Japan, becoming big by whatever I was talking about, streaming. And he has a persona which is separate to himself normally, but it's not like a VTuber thing that already exists. To me, it's more about the fact that it's usually pre-established characters. So it'll be someone... It's either like just as generic anime person, which whoop-de-doo, or it's anime person from show, and it's like whoop-de-doo. You know, make your own thing, if you can. And that's the tricky part with using a VTuber thing, is you have to get a model, and unless you're really good at modeling, and then also, I'm sure, hooking that up to a rig somehow, which I don't know how that works. It's hard to do that. So the person with the persona that I was talking about, he's got, and I actually have one, because I went to Japan and I get souvenirs, friggin' ceramic, but I got the friggin' paper off it. Hanya mask. This looks really bad with the green screen on it. But he's got a wooden one that actually like properly fits his face, because this doesn't fit my face. Oh, crap, fox. But so he's got that, and he'll play and talk differently when using that persona. And so if you're doing something like that, cool. But it's kind of cringe if it's an established character that doesn't spike. What the hell? That was an angle and a half. But yeah, so that sort of thing. It's like trying to... Not quite trying to claim the character as your own, but claiming that you are that character. Especially when people don't usually play into it. It's kind of... It's not my thing at the very least. Yeah, that's going to be my stance on VTuber community. I mean, I don't know what the community is like, but the concept's just kind of not that interesting to me, I guess. We'll say that. Yeah, I don't know. So when it's its own character, like someone told me about, this Japanese person actually was saying they're into the sort of VTuber thing, and they were into one called Murasaki something. It might be in my recent searches actually. Murasaki Shion, which is on the virtualyoutuber.fandom.com wiki. Associated with HoloLive. Okay, whatever the hell HoloLive is. Debuting as part of its second generation of VTubers. Anyway, so that's like a original character within this sort of franchise of HoloLive, and so that's as if someone was an actor, but instead of doing movies or TV or stage performances, they're doing streaming instead, and that's their medium to act. And that's fine, because there's also... What's that cat one that had the friggin' Ikambokum? Whatever that one was. That was a big thing back in the day. Gosh, like half a year ago at least, surely. Ikambokum. That one. And so that's kind of unique, because it is its own unique thing within an actual kind of established thing. But so what I was complaining about before is more characters, or people that are just kind of your generic streamer like me. Not really part of a big brand, big name, not known for playing the role of insert character here that they've come up with. Just using a character to be the thing that, like, to be this. But instead of me, and putting my actual face with all my blood on screen, it's a fake character. It feels fake, I guess. But it feels like it's not meant to feel fake. Example, there was a video called... Oh gosh, I think it was the 512 rule made by someone that analyzes fighting games. I've forgotten the name of the channel. I think it was in that video where there was a clip from a streamer watching a clip of a YouTuber, or maybe another streamer, but it was from YouTube, learning how to play Guilty Gear Strive, using the game's tutorials and learning it. And his persona or whatever was that of a dog. And so it's like just a dog head sitting there talking. And that's kind of weird to me, because it's not like he's playing the part of a dog. He just happens to look like a dog in the thing. And it feels disingenuous to me. And I guess that's the thing. Because it feels like it shouldn't, but it still feels that way. That's probably the most cohesive opinion I'm going to have about VTubers. I try.